is a truly happy person? And what is true happiness? Sometimes people associate happiness with music, with dancing, with a celebration. But we know that true happiness is not necessarily only in times of celebration or in times of having a party. True happiness is something which is constant, because true happiness comes from within and not from without. Let me share with you a thought that comes from this week's Parsha. In this week's Parsha, we are taught that Sara, our matriarch Sara, died at the age of 127. And when the Torah tells us that she passed away, it says that the life of Sara was 100 years, 20 years, 7 years, sort of enumerating it in detail, breaking it down. And the commentator Rashi tells us that what does it mean 100 years, 20 years, 7 years? Rashi says, Kulan shavin letova, that all her days were equal. All her days were equally as good. Now, a very simplistic view at Sarah's life is enough to teach us that Sarah's life was not equally good. She went through years of childlessness. She went through years of pain. She had problems with Hagar. There was lots of challenges that Sarah was experienced throughout her lifetime. Yet we are taught that when she passed away, Kulan shavin letova, they were all equally good. Fascinatingly, she passed away at 127. The Talmud associates that with another heroine in Jewish history, Esther, the heroine of Purim, who ruled, because she married Achashverosh, she ruled over 127 provinces. Now it's nice to associate both numbers, but what's the connection between Sarah and Esther? Esther, we know, was the background to the festival of Purim, probably the happiest day of the year. But what was the background to Purim? Purim came in a time when the Jews were downtrodden. They were being persecuted. They were under threat from Haman and Achashverosh. And Esther was the one to teach them that even in times like this, you have to connect with God. Even in times like this, you have to have a life of meaning and purpose. You have to reconnect, refocus, redirect your attention to something deeper and something meaningful, and that brought us salvation. Sarah was the same way. Sarah's happiness, Sarah's positivity, Sarah's good did not come from things which were openly good. Because for Sarah, all her days were equally as good, because Sarah taught us how to live a life of meaning and purpose. When you live a life of meaning and purpose, the day could be good, the day can be challenging. Obviously, we pray for good things and good times, but sometimes we do have challenges. A truly happy person is one that can find fulfillment and meaning and depth in every situation, that can change a challenge into an opportunity, that can take darkness and turn it into light. Yes, Sarah's life was totally up and down, but yet kulan shavin letova, they were all equally good. Just like Esther showed us how to have meaning and depth in times of challenge, Sarah also, all her days were equally as good, because whatever happened to her, she found meaning from within and purpose from a deep place in her soul. Have a very good Shabbos.